day. We are going to have some fun today making some fun beaded Czech glass earrings. I've got teacup beads and two whole lentil beads along with some seed beads. We're going to do a fun little simple bead weaving project from the Starman TrendSetters. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So hopefully you're having a great day today too. It looks like it's going to snow here, but I don't think it's cold enough for that. But definitely we're in the middle of winter, so it's a perfect time to bead. Oh yay, Thaisa! So excited for this one today. Thank you. So we've got members from the Art Beads team here. Thaisa is here and Michelle says good morning, everyone. If you're not already watching at artbeads.com/live, definitely head over. I'll be able to see your comments and you can chat with everyone here that's watching over here. Michelle from the Art Beads team is here. Thaisa from the Art Beads team is here. Chris says hi. Tanya, hello. Thank you for saying hello today. So we always have a lot of fun. So definitely head over to artbeads.com/live to chat live with everyone. And you'll also be able to shop the show really easily. If you're watching over here, you'll see the items that I talk about pop up on the screen. You can hit or tap those, add them to your cart, do all of that. Check out I Won't Go Anywhere. You can also hit the little shopping bag icon and see all of the beautiful Czech glass bead colors and all of the items that I'm using today and shop at your convenience. So it makes it super easy to shop. Hi, Kat. Good to see you. S-Barb Girl. Hello. Carla. Hi. Mary. Hi. Sharon and Georgia. Hi. Good to see you. Thank you guys for saying hello. Always nice to see your comments. Kat, good morning. I think I said BJ from freezing Ohio. Oh no, good morning. I hope you're staying warm. And Carolyn in Oregon, good morning. Good to see you. Yeah, thank you guys for stopping in. We're going to be making some cute little beaded earrings today. Gina, good day from Northern California. Janet K, hello from Northeast Texas. Good to see you guys from all over. So we're working with teacup beads and two whole lentil beads for a fun little bead weaving project. And the great thing about that is we have got Czech glass on sale right now. It's 26% off, so that's very exciting. So I thought I would share some fun Czech glass bead shapes with you today while Czech glass is on sale. So definitely check out that sale. The Czech glass that I'm featuring today in the show is on sale. And if you spend money at artbeads.com, you will get a free gift with your purchase. You will get a strand of Czech glass round beads. So very, very cool. And they're beautiful. They're like this beautiful, like dusky pink color with like, it looks like almost like a suede gold finish. So any purchase, you'll get a free strand of Czech glass round beads with your order at artbeads.com. So very exciting. Ruth, good to see you. So thank you for saying hello. Yes, Czech glass beads are 26% off right now. Free gift with purchase. So it is a good time to shop and it's a good time to learn how to make these super cute earrings with teacup beads and two whole lentil beads. So let's flip the camera and see what we're going to be making today. So I am going to camera, there we go. So you'll see I've got this project has a PDF diagram which we can link to you. I've got it up on my tablet here so I can easily follow along while we make, but this is what we're going to be making today. It's super cute. I really like the look of this and it looks like beautiful and intricate and it's pretty quick and easy to make, and it's because of those really fun Czech glass bead shapes that really just makes it pop. So this is what we're making. Super cute, loving it, and we are going to turn these into some earrings. So what you need for this project, you're gonna need some two whole lentil beads, which I have this beautiful like suede gold turquoise color, but we have lots of different colors on the website, so you could totally change the vibe of this project just by changing out the colors. So there's lots of ways to take it. You will need some Czech glass teacup beads, which I have here in this lovely, like, this is like a saturated metallic color, and I think it's called like red pear, metallic red pear or something like that, but it's a very like rich luxe color. So really, really lovely teacup beads there, and I think it looks really nice with the lentil beads. It's a nice contrast. And then you're going to need some 11/0 round seed beads. I've got some TOHO seed beads here. Let me put these on my needle to show you up close. I really like this color. It's like almost like a raku color, like a pottery color, but it is all Japanese glass. So that's really pretty. And then you're going to need some 11/0 TOHO demi rounds. Now, demi rounds are a little bit more narrow than just regular round seed beads. So demi means half. So it's half the width of a normal seed bead. So they're about the same size, but half the width of a normal 11/0 seed bead. So you're going to need 11/0 demi rounds and 11/0 round seed beads for this design. Other than that, you will need some thread. I've got TOHO 1G here. I love TOHO 1G, and it comes in all kinds of different colors. I've got this fun little pack of different colors here that I have linked in the show as well. I love having this on hand because then you can match your thread to whatever bead colors you're using. So it's really handy, and it's one of my favorite threads to work with. I've got some ear wires that we're going to attach at the top of this little beaded pendant once we're all done. Some beading needles. I've got tulip beading needles linked in the show if you're watching at artbeads.com/live, and some scissors to cut that all. So let's get started. This is a project that was designed by Melinda Barda for Starman TrendSetters, and it is so much fun and so easy to do. So I'm going to cut about 2.5 feet of thread, or like an arm span length is usually what I go for. I'm trying to find the end of this thread, and I had just used it yesterday. There it is, I think. Nope. Oh, yeah, that is. Got it. Sue from Wisconsin, good afternoon. All right, we're gonna cut that with our scissors, our trusty 1G, and then add that to our needle. Yes, good to see everyone. Thank you guys for saying hello. So it sounds like it's cold and icy in other parts of the nation. All right, there we go. So I've got my thread on my needle, and we're going to start by picking up an 11/0 round seed bead. And then we're going to pick up a teacup, and you have to make sure that you pick these up from the right orientation. So I'm going through the bottom, what we are denoting as the bottom in the pattern. And then I'm going to pick up a lentil and go through one of the holes on the lentil, because remember, these are 2-hole beads. What color teacup are you using? I think it's a saturated metallic red pear. If you're watching at artbeads.com/live, it is linked on the screen right now. You can just add that to your cart. Oh my gosh, Andy, we'll be getting down to 2 degrees today and negative degrees over the, oh my gosh, stay inside, stay warm, and bead. That's my advice. Okay, so we've picked up that lentil bead. We're going to pick up another teacup bead from the opposite way, which the pattern calls it the top. Just like that, and we're going to repeat that a couple times. We're going to do that twice more. So I'm picking up an 11/0 bead. I'm picking up a teacup bead from the bottom like that. Picking up a lentil, making sure that's orientated the same way as the other lentil, but I think at this point those will just kind of fall the same way. And then another teacup from the top end or opposite end. Once more, we're going to add an 11/0 round bead, a teacup bead from the bottom, as the pattern calls it, and a lentil bead and a teacup bead from the top. So there we have our first little pattern sequence. And now I'm going to loop around and tie the ends of the thread together. And I want to leave like a 5 to 6 inch tail on that. So I'm going to just loop this and tie it. Boop. So we've made a little loop. How cute is that? And then I'm going to knot this so it's secure. There we go. not that. Perfect. And I am going to actually go through all of these beads again to reinforce. So I'm just going to go through the loop once more. Until I'm coming out of that first 11-0 round bead. Just to reinforce this little loop that we've made here. So we're going round and round until we get back to that first 11-0 round. There we go. Elizabeth, you're not too late. We're just getting started making these fun beaded earrings with Czech glass teacups and 2-hole lentil beads. So this is going to be really fun. So now I'm going to come out of that 11-0 round. And that's exactly where we want to be. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to pick up 5 demi rounds, those gold beads that we're working with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what we're going to do here is we've got the 5 demi rounds on our needle. We're going to go through this top hole of the next lentil bead over. And pull tight, just like that. And then we're going to pick up 5 more demi rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to come through this next 11-0 seed bead over. And then we're going to repeat that sequence. So this is a really good one to get started with bead weaving. If bead weaving intimidates you, this is a really simple, quick project that uses some fun bead shapes to build your confidence. And you can do this in all kinds of different colorways. So I've picked up 5 demi rounds. I'm going to go through that top hole in the next lentil bead over. Yeah, teacup beads, they're so useful. It's just knowing like how to use them in your design. So I always appreciate the Starman TrendSetter patterns because they have a lot of good ideas for these unique bead shapes. So we're going to pick up 5 more of those demi rounds and go through that 11-0 round seed bead in our little loop here, the next one over. There we go. This is looking so good. You make this look easy, Becky. It is easy. You can do it. This is a really simple bead weaving technique. It's a good one to get started with. If you are intimidated by bead weaving, I always recommend the Starman TrendSetter patterns because they do come with the nice PDF diagrams, which is what I'm using right now. They're usually way simpler than what the finished product looks like. So this is a really good one to get started with. All right, I've picked up 5 demi rounds, and then we're going to go through that top hole of the next lentil bead over. And we're not going to get caught on any little snags on the tray. There we go. And then we've got one more little round of 5 demi rounds to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've picked up 5 and I'm going to go through the 11-0 round seed bead that we started at. There we go. And we'll try not to get too caught up with that tail. Perfect. Okay. So now from here, what we want to do is we want to go through some beads here. So what we're going to do is we are going to go through this next few beads. And you can reinforce all the way around if you like, again, for some extra strength. But I want to end up through this one and then just through 3 of these demi rounds right there. I keep getting caught on the edges of my little travel tray here. All right, so we want to go through just 3 of these demi rounds so that we're kind of above this little dip in the pattern here. So you'll have 2 demi rounds and then that 11-0 seed bead. That's where we're kind of ended up. So we're through these 3 demi rounds here. So just go through these 3 demi rounds next to one of these lentil beads. All right, so now we're ready for the next step. We're going to add that top loop. We're pretty much almost done. This is a really quick, easy pattern that just looks so rich and regal. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick up a demi round. We are going to pick up an 11-0 round, just the regular round in that beautiful teal color. We're going to pick up another demi round. We're going to pick up an 11-0 bead. And then we are going to pick up a teacup bead from the top angle so that it's facing this way. And then we are going to pick up a demi round. And then we're going to pick up another teacup in the opposite direction. So it looks like that. So here's what we've got so far. And then we're going to pick up another, we're going to pick up 2 TOHO rounds. Like that. And then we're going to pick up 7 demi rounds. 1, 2, 3. The third one keeps falling off. There we go. 4, 5, 6, and then 7. And I'm just going to slide those down my thread so you can see what we're doing. And then from here, we're going to pick up 1 more regular TOHO round. So we're going to make a loop by going back through some of these beads. Let me slide that TOHO round all the way down. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to skip all of these demi rounds and this second 11-0 round, and we're going to go back through that 11-0 round. We're going to go back through the teacup sequence, the teacup demi round teacup, and we're going to go back through just that TOHO round beneath the teacup. Rosetta, you da bomb. That's so sweet. And then we're going to pull tight, and that's going to make the loop for the top of our little earring here. And then from here, we're going to add another demi round, another 11-0, and another demi round. And then what we're going to do, because we started through this sequence of 3 demi rounds, we want to come back down the same way on the other side of the piece. So I'm going through, I'm skipping this 11-0, I'm skipping these 2 demi rounds, I'm coming through these 3 demi rounds and the lentil, because what we're going to do is we're going to work our way down to the bottom of the piece to add that little dangle there as well. So let me get that pulled tight so you can see how pretty this is looking. There we go. Look how sweet that is. Oh my gosh. So now what we're going to do is we're going to follow the thread path all the way down to this bottom lentil. Hi, Mary. Good to see you. All right, so I'm going to flip my work a little bit, and we're going to just follow this thread path of demi rounds and TOHO rounds and lentils until we get to that bottom hole of the bottom lentil. Yeah, it's looking really gorgeous, and it's super simple to achieve. And you've got this amazing intricate look in under an hour. We've only been going for 20 minutes and we're almost done. So making 2 of these would take little to no time at all. So I've followed my thread path, so now we're coming out of that bottom hole of that bottom lentil bead. Now we're going to make a little loopy down here to add our dangle. So what we're going to do here is we're going to add a demi round, that pretty gold bead, and then an 11-0 round, that teal bead, and then another demi round. There we go. We're going to add another 11-0 bead and a demi round again. Go, we got a nice pattern. And then we're going to add a teacup from the bottom and then another 11-0 bead. So we're going to slide that down. So now we're going to work our way back up to make a little loopy here. So I'm going to skip over that last 11-0 bead, come back up through the teacup, come back up through that demi round, that first demi round, and that first 11-0 bead. And then pull tight. Here we go. And now we got to loop around the other side of the lentil bead. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a demi round, an 11-0 round, and a demi round. And we're going to come through the other side of that same stringing hole on the lentil bead. There we go. And I'm not passing through any of those seed beads, just the lentil bead there. There we go. Look at that. So that's all there is to it. So I am going to come back up here and reinforce this loop that we made for the ear wire up top, and that'll help secure my thread as well. So like super easy bead weaving project, quick, fun, and you can really have like fun switching up the colors too. We have so many different seed bead colors, Czech glass colors that you could really just get a bunch of different colors and have fun customizing this design to suit your needs. Make ones for your besties, and they're pretty quick projects too. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to reinforce this loop that we made. And you could do that like immediately after making this loop too if you wanted to. We're coming out of that demi round, so let's come out through this teacup. There we go. Can you possibly use super duos? I think super duos would work. It might change this shape a little bit, but the super duos do kind of follow this look. I think super duos would look pretty here. So yeah, so that's another great thing about checkmates is a lot of the like bead hole alignment line up with each other. So you can like substitute in a super duo for a lentil in some patterns, use them together because the bead holes line up so nicely. They're meant to be used together. So that's really nice about the checkmates system. So yeah, I think super duos would work in this pattern for sure. Go back through, reinforce, reinforce. There we go. And then this one has a little bit of a looser weave. Sometimes like with brick stitch and peyote stitch, those would be great little links for a bracelet or choker necklace. Oh my gosh, yes, that would be really pretty to like link them together. Great. And that's another cool thing about these simple little like medallion pieces that you're making for earrings or dangles. Super easy to customize. For necklace pendants, like you could do 2 of these linked together and that would be a beautiful like necklace drop. You could link them together as a bracelet. Like there's all kinds of different ways to use these in your jewelry. So it's such a good idea. So this is a looser weave, as I said. Sometimes when you're doing like brick stitch or peyote stitch, the weave gets really tight on the thread because you're passing through so many times and you can go back and reinforce so many times. It's a really tight weave and the thread kind of takes care of itself. But I'm going to knot this thread in a couple spots because this is a little bit of a looser weave. So I want to just make sure that this is secure. So I'm just knotting between beads in some places before I trim, and I'm not going to trim the thread right where I knot either. So we'll just do another little knot here. And that's just to make sure that it's nice and secure before we trim. And then we can put these on ear wires. So this is like such a quick, easy pattern to get you used to using like smaller seed beads, using those 2-hole beads, all of that. So this is a really good one to start with. And I want to make sure that this knot isn't visible. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to go through a bead, and then we'll trim, and then we'll trim our tail as well. So let's trim that thread. get it nice and close. I just learned how to use scissors today. There we go. There we go. And then we'll trim the tail and do that on our other piece. I really appreciate the color combos. It's difficult for me to determine from online what colors would really go well together. I hear ya. Yeah, this is the great thing about doing projects like this is I'm doing a completely different color palette from what's in the PDF diagram that Melinda used in her original design. And I like doing that because then it shows you the different combinations. And I think you could achieve like a lot of different looks with just a few different color switches. And I'll talk about that too, because I have some different colors here in the lentil beads and in our TOHO seed beads as well. But even changing up like the teacup bead colors would be really helpful too. Like you can really customize this pattern just by switching up the colors. All right, that piece is done. Look how pretty. And they just look so regal and beautiful, like super easy, quick to make, and they just pack a punch. They're like a wow factor. This in like all crystal and silver would be so like elegant and like almost Victorian looking. That would be really beautiful. They kind of have like a Bridgerton look to them. How would you link them together? Yeah, Michelle said what I would do is link them where the teacup bead at the top is. Yeah, so what I would do if you were linking these like as a bracelet, I would probably make this loop a little bit smaller. Maybe just do like this one teacup and then go back down. And do that on both sides. I would make both loops at the top and bottom of the piece symmetrical and then loop them together that way. So you can definitely play around with it. Yes, straight out of Downton Abbey. Oh my gosh, I love that show. The other show that I'm obsessed with, I need to pass this thread through my mouth really quick. There we go. The other show I'm really obsessed with is The Gilded Age, which is by the same people who did Downton Abbey. That show's so good. Oh my gosh. I'm almost done with the last season of that show. I just get like sucked into all their drama, and they have the like most beautiful clothes and jewelry too. So that's nice. So I'm going to pass through the thread path here a couple times. If I can get my needle to go. There we go. Yeah, such good shows. Oh my gosh, yeah. So these earrings would fit right in Gilded Age and Downton Abbey, Bridgerton, all of those. All right, where am I? I need to go through this one. There we go. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. I really like these colors too that I used. Hi, LJ. Good to see you. It's a soap opera, but with beautiful costumes. Yes, it is. And like the drama for the most part is very like mundane, like, but you still get like sucked in. You're like, oh, he snubbed her at the ball. How could he? So just a fun show. There we go. Just going through these a couple times before trimming. This one's feeling really good, so I'm going to trim there. There we go. Cut that. Beauty. And then we'll trim the tail as well. Would you do it with the thread or the jump ring? Are there any lentil beads that are more clear or crystal? We might. So we might have like some pale pink ones, I think. Would you do it with a thread or a jump ring? For connecting them, like in a bracelet, I would probably just like either like weave them together, like maybe make this like one little loop instead of two and just incorporate them together all in one pass, like in the bead weaving. But you could use jump rings if you wanted to. That is definitely an option. That would require like less like bead weaving engineering, I think. Oh, Michelle added, our team added some clear lentil beads to the show if you're watching at artbeats.com/live. Thank you guys. Yeah. Oh, thank you. The color palette you have here is one of my favorites. Yeah, the turquoise lentils just really pop with these like beautiful regal colors. It's very like Roman Empress or something like that. Like just luxury royalty colors here. So I'm really digging this too. Let me go through some beads here with the tail. Where are we? Let's go back this way. Hello? Roadblock. Can't go that way. Okay, let's go this way. There's probably too many passes of thread that way. But I just want to get away from where the tail was before trimming. Now we need gold and or silver teacup beads. Oh, do we have gold and silver? That would be great because they make great little bead caps as well around bigger round beads. So gold and silver ones would be excellent for that use. Look how pretty that is. And then we're going to add our ear wires here. So I have a few different ear wire options in the cart, gold, silver, and brass. If you have a preference or want to try a different color, you can. I thought brass would look good with the vintage vibe that we've got going here. Oops, wrong way. There we go. And it doesn't matter what direction you add these on because they're pretty on the back and front. And we'll close that up. An antiqued silver teacup would be really nice. And there you go, earrings in under 30 minutes. Well, you'd have to make two. You'd have to repeat all those steps. So in under an hour, you can have like amazing looking earrings. Yes, supplies are listed on the PDF. They don't like give specific colors, but they do list like you need 6 checkmates lentils, you need 18 teacup beads, you need 1 gram of TOHO 11-0 round beads, you need 1 gram of TOHO 11-0 demi rounds, and a pair of ear wires and 1G thread. And it does give you the measurements too, which is nice. So each earring measures 1.5 inches tall by 5/8 inch wide. And then it gives you all the steps. Here, I'll adjust my camera so you can see what I'm looking at. I've been using the diagram. It gives you all of the steps in text, and then it gives you the diagram as well of the thread path and how to add the beads. So really easy to follow. You'll get a nice picture of the finished design and a little bit about the designer. So, oh, it does have the colorway up here actually. So Melinda's project used saturated metallic blooming dahlia lentils. And teacups are the jet bronze Picasso. She used a hybrid metallic suede pink TOHO round. The demi rounds are bronze and nice gold tier cast ear wires. So all of the info is there. Perfect. So yeah, so I love their PDF diagrams from the Starman TrendSetters because they're so clear and easy to follow. So that's really nice. And then you get a beautiful finished product like this. So these are really pretty. I love them. Let's flip the camera and try them on, see what they look like on, because that would be really fun. And remember, we've got Czech glass 26% off right now. So that's very exciting. All right, let me flip the camera around. Hello. Get it situated, get the lighting good. There we go. Oh my gosh, that was very up close to my face. All right, so here we go. Here's the finished earrings. They look super, super cute. So let's add these on. Oh, I'm glad you love them, Sharon. Oh, these are really, really cute. I like these a lot. Add these in. Let's see. This one is usually the easier ear to get in. There we go. There we go. So look how pretty these are. They just look like beautiful luxury earrings. Super quick and easy to make. These colors are really nice. I love them. Gorgeous. So those are the little Fleur-De-Lis earrings from the Starman TrendSetters featuring teacups and lentil beads, the TOHO lentil beads, which are super fun to use. I think super duos could work in these pretty easily. And Czech glass right now during our sale is 26% off. So that's very exciting. And you'll get a free gift with your order. While supplies last, you'll get a free strand of Czech glass round beads. I think they're nice 8mm size too. So, oh, thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you. This is such a cute design. This would look good on everyone. And you can switch up the colors and do all kinds of fun things. I forgot to talk about the different colors. So I have this wonderful like metallic bronzy color of the lentils that I think would work really nicely and would be more like neutral for wearing with all kinds of different colors. And then I thought like some bronze seed beads would be really pretty with the turquoise that I'm wearing and that more metallic brassy color as well. Or you could go more purple with the metallic iris purple. Bring out more of the purple of the teacups, but you could switch up any of those colors for any of the colors that we offer at artbeads.com. We have so many different colors for all of our Czech glass and seed beads. So that's where it gets fun, where you can really have fun switching up those colors. And our Czech glass comes in tubes and strands, and our seed beads come in tubes. So you have lots to work with. So you can make all kinds of different ones and switch up the colors, mix and match, play around. That's the fun part. And when we're having a sale, that's the perfect time to shop. So wonderful. I hope you guys enjoyed this project. Super fun way to get more into bead weaving if you're intimidated. This is a pretty fast, easy one to do, and you'll get to work with multi-hole beads like the lentils. So this is a really good one to start with, or if you're experienced and just want a fun quick project, this is also a good one. Just super fun and satisfying to do in an afternoon. So highly recommend this wonderful little pattern for these fun earrings. If you are watching at artbeads.com/live and have filled up your cart, added things to your cart, definitely make sure to check out. Sometimes those items and those colors can go fast when we feature them on the live. So if you see something you like, definitely get it, and you'll get those good sale prices too. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. This was a really fun project. I always love demoing the Starman TrendSetter projects because they're easier than you think, and they pack a punch. They're so beautiful. Oh, I'm so glad you enjoyed, Kim. Deb is going to be live tomorrow. She's going to have some fun for you, and keep your eyes on the artbeads.com/live page so you can see what's coming. It's a good place to bookmark so you can always be prepared for our live videos, and you can catch up on ones that have already aired. We do offer the replays there as well. So thank you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful